My name's Jasmine Meakin. I'm a dancer and a choreographer, and I've been doing this for about 20-something years. I love being in this industry. Like anything, it has its highs and its lows, and it's tough to make a career out of it, but between being a dancer, performer, choreographer, teacher, I managed to make it all work, and yeah, I really do love what I do. So I started when I was about 2 years old. My mum and dad took me to my first dance class, and I just stuck with it. I loved it that much. I grew up doing classical ballet, jazz and tap, so I got my foundations. And then when I was a teenager, I got a little bit more into the street style of things. And yeah, like I truly do absolutely love it, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else. Yeah, and I've been lucky enough to work and continue with it, so yeah. Dance is everything to me. I can't imagine not having it in my life. It's been in my life, yeah, since I was 2. So, yeah, I just love it so much. I feel like it's an extension of my personality. Like, it's how I express myself. It's so much more than just the dancing. It's, you know, the fashion aspect of it, the shooting the videos, the, you know, all of that. It's like I'm my own little pop star. Like, I just live that fantasy, and yeah, I absolutely love it. The inspiration behind the style that I teach is very much what's happening in the commercial pop world. I'm very inspired by the pop queens, divas, Britney, Ariana, Christina Aguilera, J-Lo. Don't want to leave anyone out, there's so many these days. But yeah, it's very that, and I think my style is a combination of the foundation that I grew up with and then the more street style, so I have got a very feminine edge about me. I love all the drag style, and yeah, just very pop. I'm definitely inspired by the pop stars of today, but I also, when people come to class, I want them to feel a little bit of that too, like they're dancing in someone's video clip, or, you know what I mean? It's very empowering to just get out there and just dance and move your body, and it makes you feel a certain type of way, and it's good. When people come into my class, I really just want them to have a good time and feel like they're expressing themselves. And when they leave, I want them to feel empowered and yeah, like they got a good workout, but they had fun while they were doing it. So that's the whole idea behind my classes. I think when you step into the studio, you almost become, to quote Beyonce, like Sasha Fierce. You let that other personality come out and you just live your life in that moment. And then when you leave, you feel great about doing that. So it's definitely empowering. We never intended YouTube to be what it became. It was a situation of, a friend of mine said to me, you need to start videoing your classes and putting them on a platform, say YouTube. We had MySpace and stuff before that, but it wasn't like quite the same thing. So what would happen, people would come to my class and they would video the routines, but it would be from some dodgy angle in the back and like people's feet. It was just like weird. So my friend said to me, you need to be in charge of what's going out there in your name. So I was like, yeah, okay, well, that's a good idea. So at the end of class, he would actually video the routine for me, just one time, one take, everybody in the class. I wasn't selecting people that were killing it or anything. It was just very inclusive. And we would just upload those every week, and we put them on YouTube and then forget about it. We had no idea what it was. I mean, you've got to remember this was, 10 years ago, so it was really just starting to, take off and have some impact on the world. And then we started getting emails from a company in the US saying, would you guys like to sign to our network? And we've noticed your dance videos and they're killing it. And we would delete them, thinking, what do these people want? I don't understand, stop bugging me. Very like that. They just wanted us to sign to their network. They were like a budding dance network. And that meant nothing to me. They were talking about advertising and placing ads on YouTube because again, it was a different time and it's not like it is now. Anyway, after about, 30 of these emails, they were begging us to just jump on a phone call. So we were like, okay, whatever, jumped on a phone call. In short, they were like, yes, we just want to make you part of our network and we're going to place some ads beside your videos. So our videos had started to get like a ton of views. Like some of them were hitting 1 million and this and that, and we were completely like unaware of it. Signed to Dance On, which was the company, they were in New York at the time. And pretty much the rest is history. It just took off from there. It changed our lives in a good way. I got to go over there, work in the States. I was absolutely gobsmacked that they were flying me over to do gigs for Coca-Cola and Revlon, and that's the power of YouTube and, you know, those sort of numbers. Yeah, looking back at it now, when you're in it, you don't really, you know, you just do it and it's all exciting and everything, but looking back at it now, it's a pretty cool achievement and I'm super proud of what we created. After the success of YouTube, because it's definitely quietened down a little bit now because the market's so saturated now, and we really paved the way for all the dancers and choreographers out there to put their stuff on YouTube, and you become worldwide as opposed to just your own little city here in Brisbane. So as far as what I do in Brisbane, it's been the same for 20 years. Like, both Lewis and I teach every week at different studios and nothing's really changed there. Our classes have always been really well received here, and yeah, but it's nice to just have that little check. I feel like I've accomplished something really incredible. But yeah, our day-to-day here in Brisbane is same. Our classes here at Mad Dance, a couple of other places as well that we teach, but we just love it, and that's where our heart is. And it's cool to know that that's what we've been doing for 20 years. And then this thing sort of came as a side note, but we're still doing what we've always done. The number one piece of advice that I like to give to anyone starting out is you have to love it. If you don't love it, don't bother, because it's not all, you know, amazingness all the time. You've got to be able to take rejection, especially with the way the online world is. People are nasty, and you've got to get a thick skin and be able to cop it or ignore it, whichever. Delete and block, whatever. But yeah, you've got to love it. That's the number one thing. And that in itself will motivate you to do your thing, get into the studio, train hard, all of those things. Yeah, and don't be afraid to put your stuff out there. Like, some people are sort of established that they don't want to put anything on YouTube or anything on their Instagram or whatever because they don't want it to get, you know, bagged or knocked. But the people that do that are just, you know, it's the same old thing. It's like you can't take that into consideration. Just put it all out there and go for it, live your life. Yeah, so dealing with the negativity, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard at the beginning because you're just not prepared for it. But, you know, we've got 1.4 million subscribers on our YouTube channel and 500 million views on those videos. So you're bound to make a couple of enemies, you know. But they're the people that leave those comments usually don't have a YouTube channel, first of all, and have zero content, and they're just wanting you to like bite back. And I found it really hard not to at the beginning. Thankfully Lewis took me away from that side of it and he just dealt with it. But you've got to remember why you're doing it and focus on the people that are giving you all the love and support, because there are so many of them that are doing that, and it's really a terrible mistake to ignore those people and focus on the ones that are leaving the negative comments, which again, super hard to do. But yeah, that's just the nature of the world that we live in today. Unfortunately, you're going to get that anywhere, but or everywhere. But you do need to remember why you're doing it, and just you're doing it for yourself, and you're doing it for people to appreciate it, not for the ones who don't. So power on, keep going.